Hello and welcome to another video. You guys, we all saw what happened in the markets on Friday, and I want to talk about it because I'm starting to realize that it is more important to talk about the psychology of trading and the psychology of investing more so than the levels, because the levels will always fluctuate, they will always look different. And if you're studying the charts or you're trying to get into investing and you're trying to understand the technical analysis and blah 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 blah, and understanding all of the different candlesticks, that is great. But the reality is that there is a bigger focus that we all need to spend some time learning, and that is the psychology and the emotion that comes with putting your hard-earned money into the market. And so a perfect example of this was Friday. Friday was actually really insane, okay? If you watch what happened and you were watching the market slowly bleed out, literally all the, like, pretty much the entire stock market turn red, it was one of the scariest things to watch. Now, I say scary, although personally I was not in many trades because I had taken most of my profits throughout the week. That is a new strategy that I've been trying. I try not to hold on to any of my swing trades until Friday, so I wasn't too affected by that drop. But I still definitely saw it, and I did look at my long-term portfolio. It did get hit. However, because I've been studying the psychology behind it, and because I've been understanding the fear and greed index and what that looks like for us as we're stepping into something that literally the big dogs are the only ones that profit in situations like this. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that when there is chaos and the fear enters the market, a lot of people will end up selling off and taking their losses because they want to try to salvage money. They don't know what the future looks like, and they just want to try to hold on to as much cash as they can. And they end up taking the losses, right? And then next thing you know, the bounce back happens pretty quickly because unfortunately, that is what this administration and this president loves. They love creating chaos, and they love saying things like tariffs on China in one sentence so that the market could do what it does and drop how it drops and create just hysteria all over, everyone freaking out, everyone panicking, everyone selling, not knowing. Meanwhile, him and his family profit off of this. His buddies profit off of this. So everyone that's just in this, that has money, all the rich people, they actually profit off of these types of situations, which is why this has been happening so many times. And it's always a drastic drop. It's always a drastic drop so that people like you and I, who don't have as much money and probably don't have money set aside for these types of drops to then buy more, we kind of get fucked. And yes, I said fucked, okay? We all get fucked. I've been trying to keep this channel PG, but honestly, with what I'm seeing happening and the market manipulation, I'm kind of over it, honestly. And I want people to start opening their eyes to the fact that this is exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare us. They're trying to manipulate the market so that the people like you and I, who are retail traders, who don't have as much capital and don't have as much money, freak out, pull our money out, take the L's, and then they get to buy low with all the millions and billions of dollars that they have. That is currently what's happening. And so why I wanted to post this is because I wanted to remind us that we are better than that. We are better than being the ones that get scared away. We are better than the ones that give up. We quit. We say, you know what? This is not for me. This is not meant for me. This is just for rich people. No, it's not. We are capable of understanding and just being psychologically aware and regulating our emotions. Yeah, we get mad. Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, it sucks. But at the end of the day, this is part of trading. This is part of understanding the stock market. And this is part of not letting these people win and not letting these people be the only ones that eat off of these types of movements. So with that being said, we have to be a little bit more, we have to have a little bit more risk management when it comes to how much money we're putting in the market. And we also have to know when to take profit. And this is something that I've talked about in my previous videos, and I talk about it even with, my friends or my family. I don't have too many friends that trade, but there are a couple, and we talk about, when is it smart to take profit. And with the current economy and with the current president, you take profit when you see profit. You take profit when you hit your target profit, because you don't know what it's going to look like the next day. You really don't know what it's going to look like the next day. And so sometimes, because greed comes in, there will be times where I'm talking about myself too, because this has happened to me. We hold on to our trades, we hold on to our swing trades, we hold on to our contracts, even when we're at our target profit, because we're like, you know what, this is moving up, we're in an uptrend, I kind of want to hold on, maybe I can make a little bit more money. And then something like Friday happens, and now all of a sudden it swipes away all of the money, and it takes away all of the profits that you could have potentially had. So this is just a simple reminder that we are playing against big dogs who have a lot of money set aside for when we take the losses, for when we decide to either hold on to our trades a little bit longer than we should, or when we decide to sell our shares because we want to panic sell because we see that the market is all red. That is not what we're doing, okay? That is not what we are going to do. We're going to strategize. We're going to be smart. We're going to take profit when we see profit. And we're going to stay informed, because things like this are what get people to stop. Things like this are what get people to quit. And I don't want any of us to quit, including myself, right? We have to continuously learn and adapt our strategy to make sure that it aligns with what is currently happening in this world, what is currently happening with the market. And so I wanted to come on here and share that, because I know that Monday is right around the corner. We're all a little bit anxious. We don't know if the market's going to continue to drop. We don't know if there's going to be a pretty nice push back up. We don't know. And so what I'm doing on Monday is I'm actually going to watch what's happening. There is a chance that it'll, create the V that we've all seen happen before, where the market drops dramatically and then recoups dramatically. And that is usually why I say that the market is manipulated, because when you see those big drops, that is specifically to weed out people who are going to be affected by fear. That is exactly what that is. That dramatic drop is like alert, alert, alert. Like, let's see how many people will quit. Let's see how many people will stop trading after they see that they lost X amount of money. And so I'm here to remind you that they're doing it on purpose, and that you cannot allow that to make you feel like you can't continue to do this. If anything, you just learn from this, take your L, or take your, hit, you maybe got hit on the chin, take it, learn from it, and then make sure that you are taking profit when you see profit. Make sure that you are using proper risk management, and make sure that whenever these moments happen, it doesn't make you feel like you can't. It doesn't make you feel like you're not set out to do this, because you are. And that's about it. I am going to be talking about what I'm seeing later on during the week. But I just wanted to hop on here really, really fast to just remind you all that you're not alone, that we're all in this together, that we will not be the ones that get weeded out. We are here for the long run. Even if you just started learning, this is a perfect example of something that can happen. But this is why you don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is why you don't put all your money back into the market. And this is why you have to really learn how to regulate your emotions and understand the psychology that comes with playing the game of investing and trading. So I hope this was a good reminder for someone out there. I will be talking again about levels. I am currently in Palantir, Nvidia, SoFi, and I want to say there's another one that I think I have it on my whiteboard. Nvidia, Palantir, SoFi, and CoreWeave. So those are the 4 plays that I'm currently in right now. And One, two, three, four. Yeah, four that I'm currently in right now. And I'm going to continue looking, because if this was a V, right, if this was something that was a dramatic down and a dramatic up, then I'm definitely going to ride the wave up. And if it's not and it continues to go down, then we need to start to analyze and realize if there's any put opportunities out there for us. So again, just breathe, really think about what you're doing when it comes to just regulating your emotions. And yeah, if you like videos like this and you want to follow along, go ahead and subscribe for more. Peace.